It started about 2 years ago when we had the idea that we'd make a Tolkien sort of film, but not actually about Tolkien. So it came out of some research that we did when we looked at the books and history of Tolkien as a young man. And we came across all these Welsh tales that Tolkien read. And we also found out that they were the foundation for some of the later Arthur and Merlin stories. So we thought, that sounds like a good idea. Let's make a film about these early Celtic stories.
This is drawn on the Celtic myths, which predate the Arthur and Merlins that we know of present day, with the sword and the stone. The sword is in the lake. Much like the lady in the lake, it comes from those sort of stories, I guess. But we don't have a lady in the lake either. We're going really, really quite ancient with these stories.
The characters of Arthur and Merlin originally appeared in the sort of 5th, 6th century, kind of post-Roman occupation, and just where we really pick it up is as the Saxons are kind of invading from Northern Europe. And so what you can really notice is that we don't have sort of suits of armor in the way that a lot of the sort of traditional King Arthur stories show, which are normally set around the 12th century. So it's a really kind of different take. It's kind of like a Dark Ages take on it, and it's kind of an origin story as well, which is really, really nice.
From the Tolkien side, this story also tells a lot of the stories that Tolkien never told. There's always this underworld in Tolkien's writings which are never described, but we describe them. We tell the Celtic tales which describe this history, this ancient stories of the underworld and the eternal battle between light and dark that is still going on in the underworld, which Tolkien hints at but never actually describes.
We filmed this very quickly. We filmed in 25 days, which is incredibly rapid for a film like the one that we just made. Because I've worked on projects before where you can film very quickly because a lot of the scenes are quite pedestrian. It's 2 people sat at a coffee table, or it's 2 people walking down the street. And in this, when you have a huge battle scene with 30 extras, and you have a great big encampment to make, and it's very, very technical, and there's a lot going on. And I know that one of the things that our director Marco really, really wanted was a lot of coverage for everything, which really makes the difference when you're watching something back. If you have a big range of dolly shots and close-ups and big wides, that really makes something look professional, and it was a real tall order to get that all filmed in 25 days. Yeah,
everything about this project is new. The way we invest the project is new, the way we produce it is new, the way we do the post-production is new, the way we do the marketing and sales is new. Everything about this project is new.
The landscape is epic, so that adds to the film as well. And I don't think many people really think of England as being that beautiful. They see London, they see grey and rainy, but actually we were filming up in the Peak District, and it's some of the most beautiful countryside I've ever seen. But we've got cliffs. I mean, it's just epic. The way this has been filmed is beautiful.
Also, the way the money is distributed is different. We won't have any distributors, we won't have any sales agents. We're doing it all ourselves, all online, and therefore all the money goes back to the film and the people who made the film. And not only that, the people who made the film keep the rights to the film, which is pretty unique in the cinema business.
As Stefan said before, the landscapes that we're filming in are unbelievable, and there's very little green screen in it. We really were in halfway up a mountain or in a cave underground, and we shot the whole thing on an Alexa, which is just an incredible camera. And our director of photography, Phil Wood, is a real genius, and kind of the combination of those 3 things mean that the film looks wonderful. It really does. Our
original targets were to make a film from independent filmmakers, which was of equal quality to normal cinema quality film. We've done that, at least we think we've done it.
We didn't spend millions and millions and millions making a big epic film. They spent less than what most people in London would spend on a 2-bed flat to make this beautiful film, which was filmed in 25 days, not 6 months, not a year. And if people are impressed by that sort of filmmaking, then they really should look into this.
It is said that when the time would come for the Tuatha to pass the great sword Nuadu back to the world of men, it would only speak to he who would become king of the Celts.
Do I aid the man that would overthrow the king?
No. You aid the man who would free him from the druid Abathol. The king ails now. Abathol alone controls our forces, and he guides them to their deaths.
Commit 1,000 more warriors. Attack them head on.
Remember the boy that I spoke of, the one with the mark? This boy had powers over nature. But if we can find him, he will help us stop Abathol, I know it.
Know this, warrior. Man's darkest hour is upon us. That is why the sword spoke to you. Why it led you to me.
Hunt him down and butcher him.